He rocked the boat. Now what? I'm going to tell you what's what. You prepare, okay? If you already did the stick, okay? This is just a quick vent to let you know what's next. You need to set up a doctor's appointment to confirm it, all right? To super confirm it. Then once you super confirm it, y'all need to have a sit down because those first 13 weeks is very important. It needs to be between y'all and y'all only, all right? A lot of immature dads don't understand this. A lot of young mothers don't understand this, but a lot of people lose their children. Not a group call. A lot of immature people lose their children in the first 13 weeks of a pregnancy, okay? Every month you need to be saving money, okay? Think about what's easy to get closer to the end at the baby shower. Diapers. That shouldn't be your focus. What should be your focus is, can you pick up extra hours at work for now? Mom, can you pick up extra hours and start putting money to the side to prepare for you possibly taking maternity leave around 7 or 8 months or closer to 9 months, depending on how you carry that pregnancy. Don't worry about a money amount. I think so many people get overwhelmed about, like, how much money do I actually need? You don't know what type of pregnancy you're going to have. You don't know what complications that child might come with. You don't know what complications you might come with. What you need to do is start to mentally prepare. Are you in the city you would want to have a child in? Do you know a hospital that has the best care? Do you know a doctor that you would prefer to go ahead and carry you out with your pregnancy? Do you have the proper insurance, and will it cover a childbirth? Do you need to get certain dental work done while you're pregnant? Because in most states that's covered with your health insurance when you're pregnant. Also know meds that you're used to taking on regular doctor's appointments, you may not be able to take now that you're pregnant. Also, season-wise, are you going into winter? Because when you go into winter, some of the things that you may have to buy as far as like a coat and boots might be wasteful for you, all right? Because it's going to be a bigger coat that you're probably not going to have to fit later on in life because you probably won't be that big again. Your shoe size is going to go up more. So for the most part, when I was pregnant, I went into November to have a child. I went into April to have a child. So it was like a bit easier. Sundresses, tights, t-shirt, really comfortable. A lot of your footwear, as you get bigger, you won't be able to fit. You might want to look into what's the best breastfeeding bra. Okay? Is your bed comfortable? Would you like more pillows? Look at a lot of YouTube videos with people going through their trimester. Every trimester I prepared for before I got in it by researching what to expect. I didn't read a lot of books on pregnancy. I watched a lot of videos on pregnancy. I read a lot of reviews on Amazon about products. I did not buy any maternity clothes. I bought a lot of Zara clothes, a size up, things that I don't care about that I can easily throw away and not miss. Flip-flops, get easy shoes to put on. You want to avoid laces as you get bigger. You might have weird cravings, but expect it. How did I know I was pregnant? When I was eating a whole jar of pickles, and it was delicious. Other than that, I don't crave pickles. But I've been craving pickles the end of December because I found these sweet, hot horseradish pickles, and they are delicious. And I am nowhere near pregnant. For me personally, I got my whole fallopian tubes pulled out. Remove that bridge. I do not want to carry a child ever again in life. That is not my forte. I am 2 and done, okay? Ari was a boy, so I'm taking it as the Lord didn't want me to have a boy, and we are good to go, okay? If you're destined to have 3 or 4 or 5 kids, do that thing. More power to you. But I think as human beings, as parents, we have to know where our threshold is. Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. And financially, having 2 choosy, sensitive girls is enough for me, okay? It costs. It costs. And they get very opinionated. As far as education, are you in a county where you would like your child to go to school in the next 5 years? Okay? When you first have a baby, that's not nothing you need to worry about just then and there. But if you're looking to buy a house and you don't want to move in the next 4 to 5 years with a baby, with a child, then you may want to think about where you want to live. Do you have a support system around you? Meaning, do you have friends, family, people who you can really trust to be with you, to guide you through this life transition? Because it is a life transition. You're going to go into a delivery room and come out a next level of you that you haven't even met yet. And you're going to have to take care of a complete stranger, not know their name while they're inside you, not know their personality while they're inside you. And the person that you had a child with is probably going to become a completely different person now that they see that they're taking a back seat to this child. A lot of men cannot handle taking a back seat to a child. Okay? I think women more so than not can handle it better than men. Men, if that's their first kid, they might not handle it so well. And postpartum for men is a thing. So do not tell that man your doctor's appointment the week of or 2 weeks before. Tell him a month ahead when the doctor's appointment is going to be. The closer you get to the end of your pregnancy, the more often you're going to have to come in to be checked. I think it's super important for a dad to be involved in the first appointment, the heartbeat appointment, seeing the picture of the baby appointment, any ultrasound appointment that's really going to give you a clearer picture of what your child is. They need to see it. As far as the hospital tour and what to expect, take that with you so you know what to expect. A lot of people's insurance is going to cover way more than what the hospital is trying to get you out of pocket. So a lot of times they'll be like, okay, your insurance is going to cover this much and you're going to have to pay out of pocket this much. Realistically speaking, the insurance is going to take care of it. So don't get all stressed out about coming up with all this money because of this labor. The insurance, if you have good insurance through your job, they're going to cover it. Men, check with your job to see if you can take maternity leave. It's not wrong for a man who is a father to take maternity leave and bond with his child. You're going to get the worst sleep the first year that child is out your body, okay? And it's going to take a team. It's going to take someone pumping boobs and someone getting a freezer bag of breast milk out the fridge, or getting formula, depending on the expiration date. When you get about 7 months or 6 months, you could prepare and start getting formula. Not the liquid one, but the powdered one. Please keep your ears to the news, and might want to get like a membership with the formula you want to choose for your baby. At the beginning, you might go through multiple different brands of formula because you have to figure out which one agrees with your child's stomach and which one is healthiest for your child. I didn't breastfeed my children all the way through. I stopped at like 3 to 4 months because they felt like they had teeth. The suction was real, okay? And a lot of times people get pregnant, carry a baby, and they think once they have the baby, they could go back to eating how they want. Wrong. You're going to have to eat like you're still pregnant and take vitamins like you're still pregnant after you have the baby, especially if you're breastfeeding. In order for you to keep up making the milk, you're going to have to keep up your appetite and drink a lot of water. If you drink alcohol, you want to pre-pump before you go out and have the alcohol. If you had the alcohol, you want to either pump, and throw away and test it before you give it to the baby, okay? What else? Doctor's appointments for the first year when you have your baby is once every month, okay? After your maternity leave is up, let your job know, I need this day off. It is not up for questioning, okay? And if your job gives you a bit more pushback on it, legally, you can't really fight me on this, okay? What else? If you do not like your pediatrician, you can change your pediatrician. You don't have to stick with the pediatrician you are giving or that office that you're given. I think a lot of doctors are very aggressive with new babies because they feel like, oh, I've done this a million times, it's okay. And I feel like it's super okay for you to get a second opinion on what a doctor tells you about your child. Read to your child while your child is in your stomach. Play music. Keep your stress levels low. Be around people that make you happy. Do things that make you happy. Have positive thoughts while you're pregnant. And if you don't, your child is going to come out miserable. I had a miserable pregnancy with Ari, and she was a miserable child for the whole first year of her life. Okay, we did not become friends until she was like 1 year old. Okay, we had like an agreement. Okay, what else? Dads, how can you be supportive through a pregnant, moody mom? Keep the snacks on deck. Don't forget that she's a human being. Don't get so consumed in the fact that she's pregnant and she's carrying your baby. She still wants to go out to the movies. She still wants to get her hair and her nails done. She still wants your massages. She still wants to know what's going on with you outside of work and when she's, in the house momming. She appreciates you. She's just up and down in her moods because there's a whole human growing inside her. So she doesn't hate you. She just hates the fact that she's a prisoner in this body and she has no control over her symptoms, okay? Now, a lot of women do not enjoy pregnancy sex. I know for men, they're just like, ooh, I ain't got to worry about this. I ain't got to worry about that. But some women feel uncomfortable. Some women are comfortable with their pregnant body. And if that woman needs help shaving, because that's what she likes to do, she's not a wax girl, go ahead and help her, okay? If she needs some help washing herself, go ahead and help her, okay? Y'all can still do dates. Y'all can still hang out. Still make time for her. Don't get so consumed in being scared of being a new dad. Talk to fathers you admire as a man. Research things with her. Compromise. I don't think all dads and moms are going to agree on everything. What else I need to tell you? If you don't want a crib, you don't need a crib. I think cribs are super expensive and bulky and always in the way. If you can get and afford a bed that can turn from a crib into a toddler bed, cool. If it's something that's easy and lightweight and can be moved from room to room, cool. Please measure the door frame that you're going to put the bed in, chairs, and all of that. Because a lot of those things do not fit through the standard door frame because they're so wide. Another thing, if you want to take the easy route, I say get a pack and play, because you can have the top part at the beginning and just pat it down, make it softer. Don't put a lot of blankets in there with a newborn. It can block their face and they can't breathe. Sorry. I got a pack and play for Anya and Ari because you can just push down the sides, pull up the middle, and move it from room to room. You can take it to a park. You can put it on a plane. You can pack it in the trunk easily. You can have it on a patio when you're outside, so you don't have to worry about the child getting out. They even have nets where you can cover a pack and play if you have the baby outside and the baby's safe away from bugs, ants, animals, and whatever. Also, as far as strollers, if you do not have a truck, I do not suggest you get a jogger stroller. If you are not a person that likes to do walks and jog a lot, why are you getting a jogger stroller? Do not get a stroller for two if you can't put two in the stroller. If you're having twins, God bless you. I don't know nothing about that, okay? That's a different type of prepare.
Hey sis, if you don't like getting attention at the gym or while running errands, you might want to skip this ad. But if you're like me and love to be asked, where did you get those leggings? Or that hoodie is cute, where did you get it from? Well, then let me tell you about 1977 Hustle Lane. 1977 Hustle Lane is where fly gear and dope culture live. From your leggings to your tanks and of course to your hoodies, they will always have you feeling and looking your absolute best. So stop what you're doing and go check them out at www.1977hustlalane.com, on Facebook at 1977 Hustle Lane, or on Instagram at 1977 Hustle Lane. I promise you won't regret it.
Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast. I hope you're enjoying the episode. A great way to support the podcast is to donate to Red Circle. The link is in the bio of this episode. Anything would help. And you can also purchase merch on the Cozy Womb shop with Teespring or Mama's Cozy Closet. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. And thank you for giving me great feedback. Now back to the show. Okay, you need to talk to somebody who had twins. You need to watch videos on YouTube of somebody who had twins. What else? The stroller that I love is the car seat pusher. It's really simple. It's just basically metal, and it has like a little mesh little pouch at the bottom, and you basically just take the car seat out the car and you clip it in. It folds down easily with one hand. You can fit it in all trunks. You could take it on a plane and not have to worry about them banging it up. If you go on a plane and you have a stroller where the lip or where they put their sippy cup can move, go ahead and take that off of the stroller and take it on the plane, because they will lose your stuff. They will lose your stuff, okay? And buying stroller pieces are annoying and overpriced. If you can price match everything you want to buy personally, I think Target has a great registry, and Target has a great sale on a lot of baby stuff and a lot of baby essentials. If you can buy things that you really would want personally and you don't want it to be on the registry, buy it for yourself and put it aside. Do not get overwhelmed with buying newborn diapers, because you might have a baby that's not even going to be in newborn diapers that long. Realistically, I think Anya was in newborn diapers for like a week and a half, and then she was in like one diapers, okay? I think people go through one diapers the most, two diapers, and size 3 diapers, and then you can start to get to like the smaller packs in 4 and 5 and 6, right? Potty training, I don't care who you talk to, it's going to be different for every child. Some children are more stubborn than others. What else? Stretch marks. Listen, if that baby wants to stay in there longer, you might have stretch marks. If that baby's going to come on time or come early, you might get away with never having stretch marks. Either way, you're beautiful, you're carrying a life, and you're going to give birth to a life. A lot of women cannot do that. All right? What else? Take your vitamins, take your vitamin E, get your rest. You can use ZzzQuil. That's alcohol free while you're pregnant if you can't sleep. I had the worst insomnia. Did I say that right? I think I said it right. While I was pregnant, okay? It was like I would just lay there and not get sleep, not be well rested, work. I was working like 40 hours a week. I was finishing writing a book. Like I was doing a lot while I was pregnant. I was driving. I was grieving. Throughout one of my pregnancies. And then I had another pregnancy where I was riding a bike the whole time until it got to a point where I felt like Anya's head was like right there at the tip of my vagina, and I could not be on no bicycle going to and from a library or a store. So yeah, like some pregnancies are easier than others. Do not ask someone who's had easy pregnancies their opinion on everything. Get opinions from different people. If you feel strange, call your doctor. Talk to the nurse, and if they don't call you back in a time frame that you're comfortable with, go ahead and see if someone can take you to the hospital so they can check you out. It's better to check and not sit at home and wait without any options. If you have a craving for macaroni and cheese at 4 a.m., that's normal, okay? Closer to the end of your pregnancy, your doctor might say your iron is low. When I tell you babies take everything from a mom, they take everything from a mom. If you've never had cavities your whole life, you might get cavities while you're pregnant because they taking calcium from your body in order to grow. Okay, my doctor was trying to put me on a T-bone steak per week. I said, sir, it's probably going to take me about 3 weeks to digest the first T-bone steak you told me to eat for iron. So if you need to get iron, there's other supplements you can take for iron. There's veggies you can take, or you might have a child that hates veggies. I couldn't have any salads while I was pregnant with Aria. I couldn't have any smoothies while I was pregnant with Aria. She would make me nauseous and I would throw up. Okay. Anya, I couldn't have any bananas. I had a lovely conditioner that was mango scented. I smell it. I was nauseous. All right. Deodorants. I had to completely change my deodorant while I was pregnant with Anya. It's a whole change. I had weird rashes in between my boobs when I was pregnant with Anya, and then it went away when the trimester changed. Everybody brags about how beautiful your hair is going to be and your nails. My hair felt like a Brillo pad that you clean pots with when I was pregnant with Anya. It was crazy, and there was nothing that I could do with it. For the most part, with Anya, I kept my hair wrapped up in like some head wrap, so I wouldn't have to deal with it, and it wasn't touching me. I tried braids. It felt like there was a whole bunch of ants in my head when I had the braids, and I thought it was the braids. It wasn't the braids. It was my hormones. Like, my scalp was it just felt like it was moving for 3 days, and I ended up paying $160 to get my hair braided in Brooklyn, and I only kept it in my hair for 4 days because I just could not deal. And it wasn't even the braids. It was my head, the hormones. So being pregnant is so weird. Dogs will become really clingy when you're pregnant. Maybe cats, I don't know, but dogs will become really clingy when you're pregnant. People are super nice when you're pregnant when they see your belly. People assume that you can't do nothing for yourself when you're pregnant. If you sign up with Publix while you're pregnant and you're expecting a baby for the first year, you can get a lot of coupons. What else? It's just, there's pros and cons about being pregnant. Don't be scared. If it's something you want to go through with, be sure you want to go through with it. Everybody's mothering is not the same. You're going to learn as you go. You're going to assume what type of mother you're going to be. And that might change once that baby's here, okay? You might go through a few months of you feeling fugly, you not feeling like yourself, you feeling invisible because everybody wants to see the baby. Everybody's calling you about the baby. You're like in this groundhog moment in your life where you know what tomorrow's going to be like. You know what Wednesday's going to be like. You know what Thursday's going to be like. You're going to wake up. You're going to feed the baby. You're going to clean the baby. You're going to get the baby dressed. The baby's going to poop. You're going to change the baby. The baby's going to want to eat. You're going to feed the baby. Then once the baby gets to sleep, you're going to take advantage of that time either by napping or doing laundry. It's going to feel like you're always washing clothes. Then you're going to see like your whole laundry machine filled up with baby clothes, and you're going to see everybody else's clothes still needing to be washed. And it's not going to be enough hours in a day. And by the time you look up, it's nighttime and you smell like baby spit up. Maybe the baby pooped on you. Maybe the baby didn't. Maybe you pooped on yourself. Like, it's going to be that for a while. But just remember, you're a human being. You deserve a break. And if you need a break and you can trust somebody with your child, go ahead and reach out and be like, hey, I need a break. Can you watch the baby for like 3 hours so I can just go outside, be in Target for no reason, go get my nails done, and feel like a human being again? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be ready in 20 minutes. Can't wait for you to get here. Like, sometimes you're going to have to do that, right? So, just make sure you trust the people around your baby, that you're not around anybody that's sick. Make sure when you're in public, you cover that baby up. A lot of strangers and elderly people think they can just touch people's babies without asking. A lot of people think they can just touch people's babies' hairs without asking. A lot of people will just walk up to a child and kiss it in the face, and that baby will become sick, very sick. So don't let that happen. Watch toddlers with babies. Watch animals with the babies. If you can prep an animal that you have around your house, prep them by letting them smell something the baby has before they're around the baby. Take them to an animal class to prep them for a baby. Some dogs are really good about it. Some dogs aren't. If your dog is too aggressive, please put that dog up. Do not leave any candles lit around a baby or baby things. Have your bedside set up for things you might need early in the morning for a baby and late at night for a baby. If you are sleeping with a baby, there are things you can put in the bed to make sure that baby's safe when you sleep with the baby, or have a bassinet near the baby bed. Be mindful of watching your surroundings when you're taking a baby in and out of the car. Accidents do happen. People will watch you more than you watch people when you have a child. Make sure that baby is buckled in the car seat at all time and is properly fastened. There were like a couple of times with Ari and Anya where I'm leaving early in the morning, I'm tired, and that car seat will tumble over. Baby's fastened in the car seat, but the car seat wasn't fastened. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of going onto the highway with a baby that's crying. If you feel stressed, please get off the highway, park in a parking lot, pull back that seat, get that baby out, feed that baby, change that baby. Maybe go get ice cream. Maybe go walk around the store to hush that baby, and then get back in the car and do it again. Do not promise people that you're going to show up to places, because shit happens. Okay? That's the reality of it. What else can I say? I I think I said enough to prepare you for he rocked the boat. Now what? Okay, because life is gonna life. If you are two adult people, just understand that the baby is the bigger picture. That never changes. Okay, if your relationship doesn't work out, okay, your relationship doesn't work out. Sad, but this child still needs a father, and this child still needs a mother, and y'all need to be sane, and y'all need to be in y'all best positions to be y'all best parents. Okay. Do not be bitter about a breakup and ruin a child's relationship with a parent. Some people get better after a baby comes. Some people get worse. It's definitely a choice. It's definitely something you have to work at continuously. Make sure you pay other children that you may have a balanced attention, and don't make them feel left out. Also, what would I say? Keep a clean house, especially when that baby's crawling around. You want to shampoo that carpet maybe twice a month. Make sure people take their shoes off at the door. Be mindful of the products that you clean with, that baby might smell a lot in the house. If you see any rashes on the baby and you have animals, maybe you want to check to see if that baby's allergic to cat hair or dog hair. If you use any lotions on the baby and you see rashes after you use the lotion, maybe you need to stop using that, okay? Please look at what's in these products and these chemicals. Do not put any baby powder on your child's private areas, okay? Please research the baby powder that you use if you use baby powder. Keep baby wipes in the car. Keep baby wipes in the stroller. Keep baby wipes in the house. Dad, I suggest you have your own car seat because life happens, okay? They might give you the baby and you might not have no car seat, but you need to get from point A to point B. Have a car seat in your car, okay? Mom, have a car seat in your car. If you are a grandparent, have your own car seat so you ain't got to worry about it. Like, you just never know where you have to get in a car and go, right? Make sure you have a pediatrician on speed dial, and the dad knows the pediatrician. Make sure a dad knows who's babysitting the baby and y'all both approve of the babysitter. Make sure you put webcams in the house in different rooms. Don't make it obvious because you never know what people will do with babies and children. I'm not saying not to trust anyone, but you just never know. It's better to be prepared than to not be prepared. Make sure your home is secure. Make sure you lock your doors at night. People still steal babies out here. Make sure you're checking your baby's diaper, chest, back, neck, hair. Check for bruises. Be mindful of where your child was. Medicines, watch the dosage on the medicines. What else can I say? Baby bag. Don't get all caught up in, oh, my baby bag needs to be this, my baby bag needs to be that. Make sure it's durable, it makes sense, the pockets make sense, things are accessible. Make sure you don't forget your wallet in the baby bag and give your baby bag to somebody else, and then you driving around with no license. Make sure dad has a health card for the baby. You have a health card for the baby. You do not have to put your child on your work insurance if you don't want to and pay that high rate. Some states will go ahead and give kids automatic full health care. Just look into it. Other than that, congratulations. Okay? Good luck. Peace. Bye.
Bye.